Hello! I am super excited to show you today fluid camera moves for Final Cut Pro. This is a sneak peek, I'm still working on it, but what this template would allow us to do, is create really fluid camera animations. So this will be great for if you have a website or a piece of software that you want to show off. Anything you just want to add 2 points of animation, so the beginning and an end. So I'm going to show you how this works. This is a sneak peek. I will include this in the editor's tool kit, which I'll be re-releasing soon with new templates and new add-ons to this editor's toolkit. So this is very familiar to the previous template I released that is part of editor's toolkit called camera movement, but this actually has a lot more features and is a lot more advanced. So let me show you the sneak peek and how it works. So I'm going to open up the inspector here. And I'm going to turn on, actually I'm going to start brand new. So I'm going to go here. I have not adjusted any of the settings. And then I go to the beginning where I want the animation to start. And then I can bring on the on-screen controls. I can turn it on. And then I can start adjusting how I want the animation to look at the beginning. So I use these on-screen controls to kind of get the look that I want. Kind of mess with it a little bit. Just play with it until you get that nice little look. Let's say I want it to start like this. Usually I like to start with the rotation first. And then I like to zoom in to get nice and tight so I can look at all the detail of my new software or website or whatever it might be. And I added this little arrow up here so I kind of help you what it rotates on with these little circles or with the direction depending on where you drag on the red or on the green. So let's say I want to start all the way here. And now, once I get the animation to look how I want it to start, let's say I want to get a little closer. I want to really get in there tight. And now I can go all the way to the end and I get another set of on-screen controls. And I have two choices. Either I can leave it there if I just want to zoom out and it just kind of, that's how the animation ends. You can leave it alone. Or I can go back and start changing everything again and get a whole different angle. Or I have this new feature where if I click on the end offset, on or off, it actually copies the settings from the beginning, places it at the end, and now I can offset everything. So this is a big time saver. So now what I can do is I can go up. Let's say I want to go, actually let me change the rotation a little bit too. So I want to rotate the other direction. Right now I'm just going to change a little bit on this. And now I can just adjust where I want it to end. And let's say I want it to end here. So I kind of want to go up and I want to pull out a little bit too. So we can kind of see a little bit more of the software, whatever I want to choose. Let's add a little bit of, yeah, there you go. So that's the animation. So that pretty much easily you create this beautiful animation. And I added more controls too. So for example, if I want to add a camera depth of field, I can bring this all the way up or as much as I want. And you can see that things that are close to the camera are out of focus and things that are further away from the camera are out of focus. So it creates this kind of depth of field. You see the blurriness here, but things here are in focus. And as you zoom across, different things come into focus and it kind of gives you that camera look. So you can adjust this too. I got controls here to adjust the focus on the close. If I want it to be sharper when it's close or if I want it to be more blurry, and same with the things that are further away. If I want it to be sharper or out of focus, I can control that as well. And I will be making a full tutorial on how to use every little feature here. This is just a sneak peek and a quick little overview so you can see what I'm working on. So get everybody all excited about this. This has been a great project to work on. I learned a lot of cool things. One of the coolest things I learned is how to connect this on-screen control with these little numbers. So you can look at the numbers here, which I thought that was pretty nice. Nice little detail I liked adding. Same thing with the numbers here and adding a whole bunch of on-screen controls and create this little dashboard. So this was a fun little project. This is something I've used a lot in a lot of my demos and video tutorials. So I decided to how can I make this even easier to use and more fun to use. So I decided to put on some on-screen controls, add a lot more features, and then share with everybody else. And what else can I do here? So I got the blurs. I can add a pause at the end if I want. So if I want the animation to happen right away and then pause at the end, I can do that. And I can reverse the whole animation as well too. So if I wanted to go the other way around, let's say I do all these controls, or if let's say you want to do multiple shots and you don't want to go through all the controls of adjusting, you can just click reverse and now you go from one direction to the other and then back the other way. Okay. So I can reduce that, turn off and I also added some controls for I'm going to zoom out a little bit here so you can see what I'm talking about here. So zoom. So I can add some drop shadow, which you're not going to really see it because the edges here are black, but there's a little bit of a drop shadow just to make it stand out a little bit more. I can also turn off the colored background. So if you have something you want to lay underneath on the timeline, if you want to put something underneath, it could be an image or it can be a video, whatever you want, you can put something underneath. Let's turn this back on. I can change the color of that background if I want to anything that I want it to be. I can even choose it to be this. Oops. There you go. And also added some other cool things, a little more of an artistic style. I turned on this mirroring effect, which you can see there just kind of mirrors what you have in there. That's just kind of to fill up the space if you don't want it to just be a solid color. And you can offset the mirror as well too. So depending on what you're using, you can offset it to wherever you want. And you can also blur so that all that gets blurred out. And we can also bring the opacity as well. So if you just want to have a little hint of something out in the edges, you can do that. So this is a cool thing to quickly add some sort of filler. Or if you want, you can just turn on this big mirror, turn off this top one, and it just kind of takes what I have on screen and just makes a big duplicate in the back and just kind of just to give some eye candy to the top. And I also added a reflector. This is still something I'm working on. So pretty much what I wanted to do is add a reflection to it so it gives it a little bit. Actually, let me turn off the on-screen controls so you can see everything better. And that gives it a little bit of a reflection on the screen here. You can control how much of the reflection you want. If you want it to be really bright or barely transparent, you can add more blur to it or make it sharper. Since I have the depth of field, there is going to be a little blur on it. And I can also position this to offset a little bit if you just want a little subtle hint of a reflection. And that's pretty much it. So I try to make this as easy as possible that you can just drop it in. Right now, the name is called Fluid Camera Moves. I might change that, but that's a name that was recommended to me by Brett, my good friend Brett. So that name could change, but that is what I have. It's still a work in progress. I should be releasing this soon, along with other templates and other plugins that I will be adding to the editor's toolkit, which I will be releasing soon. That's one of the most popular template packs that I've made. And thanks to my good friend Leno, he recommended I just add more to it, make things better, and relaunch it to everybody so everybody can enjoy it. So I've added a bunch of new templates, added new features to some of the plugins, some of the templates. So as soon as that's ready, I'll let everybody know. So anyway, this is a quick way to create cool little animations like this. So let me know what you think. Reply to this email or reply to the email I had sent you, or contact me through Twitter or through my website and let me know what you think. Thank you for your valuable time and have an amazing day. Please be sure to visit motionmastertemplates.com for over 100 templates for Final Cut Pro. Click on Browse All Templates, and then you can search and look for the template that is right for you. Also, please be sure to go to Categories and click on Free to look at all the free templates you can download on the website. If you have any questions, please be sure to contact me. Thank you and have an amazing day.